Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. We're diving deep into one of the most iconic American coins, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin. If you're a collector or just getting started in the world of numismatics, you're in for a real treat. We're going to explore the top 13 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coins, highlighting their different mint marks, varying conditions, and what they're worth today in the market. Whether you're looking to start a collection or see if you've stumbled upon a hidden treasure, let's go started. First up, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin from 2009, but with a twist. We'll be discussing the coin without a mint mark and why it could be worth big dollars in today's market. Whether you're an avid coin collector or just getting started, this is a must-watch for anyone interested in rare and valuable coins. Grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. One of the most important things about coins is their ability to transform you and shape your life. Let's take a step back and look at the coin in question. The Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin, which we see commonly today, has had several iterations since its introduction in 1909. For many years, it featured an image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, hence the name Lincoln Memorial cent. The first painted example was published by St. Augustine. The design we're focusing on today, the 2009 Lincoln Memorial cent, marked the final year of this design before it was replaced by the Union Shield design in 2010. However, the 2009 coins were unique in their own right. So, what sets the 2009 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin apart? Well, there were actually several interesting things happening that year in the world of coinage. Firstly, in 2009, the U.S. Mint issued a special series of 4 different reverse designs to commemorate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Now let's talk about mint marks. You've probably noticed that most coins have a mint mark located on the obverse side of the coin, often near the date. The mint mark tells you where the coin was produced, and it's a key piece of information for collectors. The 2009 Lincoln Memorial cent without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia, and many collectors are drawn to coins from this era for their historical significance. But while these coins were produced in high quantities, the 2009 Lincoln Memorial cent stands out due to the fact that it was the last year the reverse of the coin featured the Lincoln Memorial. When we say that condition plays a big role, we're talking about how the coin is graded. A coin that is in very fine condition is a great find. What does very fine mean? In this condition, the coin will show noticeable wear, but the key features will still be clearly visible. The details, such as Lincoln's profile, the memorial, and the inscription, will be easily distinguishable. If you're sitting on a 2009 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin without a mint mark, you might be wondering, how much is it worth? Next up, uncover the true value of the 2005 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent with the D mint mark in extra fine condition. Could this humble penny be worth more than you think? Stick around to find out. The Lincoln Memorial cent was introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the reverse features a detailed depiction of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., while the obverse retains Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Lincoln, first introduced in 1909. The 2005 edition is one of the last coins in the Lincoln Memorial series before the transition to the Lincoln bicentennial designs in 2009. It was minted in large quantities, but its value varies significantly based on condition, mint mark, and any rare errors. If you look carefully beneath the date on your coin, you'll notice a small letter D. This indicates that the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the primary facilities for U.S. coin production. The Denver Mint is known for producing coins with exceptional detail, and these coins are often favorites among collectors. Now let's talk about grading. Coin grading is essential for determining value. An extra fine coin has light wear on the highest points, but retains most of its details and mint luster. For the 2005 Lincoln Memorial cent, an XF condition ensures that Lincoln's hairlines and the details of the memorial remain visible and sharp. This grade is a sweet spot for collectors who want a coin that looks great without breaking the bank. So, what's the 2005 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent with D mint mark worth today? While regular circulated coins might only be worth face value, coins in XF condition or higher can fetch anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. However, if you have a coin with unique errors or varieties, the value can skyrocket. For example, some 2005 Lincoln cents feature double die errors or die cracks, which can bring in $200,000 or even more, depending on the rarity and severity of the error. If you think you've got a valuable coin, you can sell it through platforms like eBay or take it to local coin dealers or coin shows. For high-value pieces, consider sending your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Graded coins often command higher prices in the market because buyers trust their authenticity and condition. So the 2005 Lincoln Memorial cent with the D mint mark might not make you a millionaire, but is definitely worth checking your pocket change or coin jar. With a bit of luck and the right condition or error, your penny could be worth much more than just 1 cent. Next up, the Lincoln 1-cent coin from 2003, featuring the D mint mark. If you're curious about its current market value, what makes it so special, and how you can identify it in fine condition, you're in the right place. Before we focus on the 2003 Lincoln cent, let's quickly recap the legacy of this iconic coin. The Lincoln cent, first minted in 1909, has undergone numerous design changes over the years. The most notable change, of course, is the transition from the original wheat design to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959, which continued until the early 2000s. By the time we reach 2003, we still see the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse side of the coin, but with a twist. Now let's talk about the 2003 1-cent coin, which was minted in 2 different locations: the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark, and the Philadelphia Mint, which has no mint mark. The 2003 penny continued the use of the Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse and Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse. But what makes this coin stand out, especially for collectors, is the specific condition and mint mark it carries. Mint marks are a key part of coin collecting, and understanding where a coin was made is essential for determining its value. For the 2003 Lincoln cent, the D mint mark indicates it was minted at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint is known for producing large quantities of coins, so it's too rare to find a 2003 penny with a D mark. However, what makes this coin valuable is its condition and rarity factors. More on that in a minute. So, what does fine condition really mean in the world of coin collecting? A coin in fine condition has moderate wear but still shows clear details of the design, including Abraham Lincoln's profile and the Lincoln Memorial. The coin may have some light scratches or discoloration, but no significant damage or heavy wear. You should be able to clearly read the date and mint mark, and the coin's features should be distinguishable, even if not in perfect detail. How much is this coin worth in today's market? In general, a 2003 Lincoln cent with a D mint mark in fine condition typically doesn't carry a huge premium over its face value of 1 cent. That said, it's common for coins in better than average condition to fetch a bit more, anywhere from $500 to $6,000 depending on the market and demand. However, there are some factors that can increase its value significantly. For example, coins that are in uncirculated or near perfect condition can be worth several dollars. And if you find a 2003 penny with unique errors or misprints, such as doubling or off-center strikes, you could be looking at a much higher value, sometimes even $800 to $4,000. If you happen to come across a 2003 D penny that you think might be worth more than face value, you might be wondering where to sell it. There are a few options for coin collectors looking to sell their valuable finds. In conclusion, while the 2003 Lincoln cent with the D mint mark may not be worth a fortune on its own, it remains an important part of U.S. coinage. Its value can increase based on condition, rarity, and errors. So, if you're a coin collector or just someone who likes to check your pocket change, keep an eye out for this one, especially if it's in great condition or has any unique features that could make it a gem for collectors. Next up, the 1999 Lincoln 1-cent coin without a mint mark and its current market value in very fine condition. If you love rare coins and hidden treasures, you won't want to miss this. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1999 penny is part of this long-standing series, produced in 2 locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver bear a D mint mark. But what makes the 1999 Lincoln penny so special, especially without a mint mark? Coins from this year are not considered rare in general circulation, but their condition and unique errors can significantly increase their value. Coin collectors use a grading scale to determine a coin's condition, ranging from poor to mint state. A very fine coin means it has light to moderate wear but still retains most of its design details. This grading is key to assessing the value of a 1999 Lincoln penny. the structure similar to a paperback but with no cover. A 1999 Lincoln penny in very fine condition is a popular find among collectors, as it's still appealing while remaining accessible for most budgets. So, what is the 1999 Lincoln penny without a mint mark worth in today's market? In very fine condition, this coin typically ranges from $605,000 in value. That might not sound like much, but if you have a rare variation or error coin from 1999, the value can skyrocket. For instance, a 1999 penny with an error like a double D obs or reverse could fetch anywhere from $702,000, depending on the severity and demand. Even if your 1999 Lincoln penny without a mint mark isn't worth a fortune, it's still a fascinating piece of U.S. history. Collecting coins can be a rewarding hobby, offering a glimpse into the past while potentially uncovering hidden treasures. Who knew that a simple penny could hold so much history and value? So next time you're sorting through your change, keep an eye out for those 1999 Lincoln cents without a mint mark. You might just have a small treasure in your hands. Next up, the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent coin, especially the version with no mint mark and in fine condition. If you've ever wondered about its market value today, or if you've stumbled upon one of these coins in your own collection or pocket change, then stick around. Let's start by giving you a bit of background on this coin. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since its debut in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1982 Lincoln penny, however, is unique for a couple of key reasons, and today we'll focus on one specific version, the 1982 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a significant change in the production of the 1-cent coin. The Mint switched from using 95% copper to a combination of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper. This was due to rising copper prices, and while this change was a big deal, what collectors really care about is the mint mark, or the lack thereof. Unlike other coins that have a mint mark to indicate where they were produced, the 1982 Lincoln cent without a mint mark was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. It's important to note that the 1982 pennies come in two primary compositions, the copper version and the zinc-coated version. The ones minted without a mint mark are more often associated with the zinc variety, which has a distinctive lighter color and is more prone to corrosion than its copper counterparts. Now, let's talk about condition. This is where things get interesting for collectors. Coins are graded based on their level of wear, and for today's discussion, we'll focus on the fine condition coin. But what exactly does fine condition mean? A fine condition coin has moderate wear but still maintains a good amount of detail. The Lincoln portrait on the obverse should be clear, though it might show some softness in the finer details, like his hair and cheekbones. The reverse also remains legible, though some of the details in the wheat stalks may be slightly worn down. It's not in pristine shape, but it still holds a lot of character. As of recent market trends, the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln cent in fine condition typically trades for anywhere from $600,000 to $30,000, depending on the buyer's interest and the overall state of the coin. However, certain variations, especially those with unusual errors or pristine examples of the zinc variety, can fetch higher prices. Coins with higher grades, like those in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, might reach prices closer to $100,000, while a coin in poor or very worn condition is valued lower, around face value or slightly more. Now, you might be thinking, why are some 1982 pennies more valuable than others? Well, there are a few factors to keep in mind. First, the composition of the penny itself can affect its value. The 1982 copper pennies, for example, are worth more than the zinc versions because they contain more copper. However, the most valuable 1982 pennies are usually those that have some kind of error, whether it's a missed strike, a double die, or another minting mistake. Take the 1982 D copper variety, for instance. These coins were supposed to be struck in zinc, but some were struck in copper by mistake. And these error coins can be worth substantially more in some cases, several $100s depending on the condition and specific error. So where can you buy or sell your 1982 no mint mark Lincoln cent? Many collectors turn to platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and other online marketplaces for coin sales. You can also find them at coin shops, local numismatic shows, and dealers who specialize in rare or unique coins. If you have one of these coins and are thinking of selling it, be sure to get it properly appraised first. It's always a good idea to check with a professional numismatist or visit a trusted coin dealer to get a sense of its market value. Next up, the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent coin with a D mint mark in very fine condition. Does it have a big value today? Stick around to find collectors. First, let's talk about the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent coin in general. This coin is part of the Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. The 1981 cent is a copper-plated zinc coin, weighing in at just 2.5 grams with a diameter of 19.2. It's a simple, yet iconic coin, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Now, what about that D mint mark, you might be wondering? What does the D on the 1981 Lincoln cent mean? Well, the D indicates that this coin was minted at the Denver Mint. The U.S. Mint has multiple facilities across the country, and the Denver Mint is one of the busiest. Every year, a significant number of coins are produced there, including these 1-cent pieces. Here are absolutely 7 ways you can contribute to the cause grant of having the right to wear for a plethora of ballrooms. While the mint mark may seem small, it's important for collectors to know where a coin was minted. Some years and mints are more sought after than others, which can impact the value of the coin. Next, let's talk about the condition of this coin. When we say very fine condition, what exactly do we mean? Coin condition plays a huge role in determining its value. A very fine coin shows signs of wear, but still has clear, sharp details. You can see the outlines of Lincoln's profile in the details of the Lincoln Memorial, but some high points like the hair or the lettering might be worn down a bit. Coins in very fine condition are considered to have more character and charm than those in poor or heavily worn conditions. So, if you've got a 1981 D mint mark cent that's in very fine condition, you're in luck. Now, here's the exciting part. How much is the 1981 Lincoln cent with a D mint mark worth today? In general, most 1981 D cents in average condition aren't worth much, only a few cents above face value. However, in very fine condition, the value starts to rise. You can expect to find a 1981 Lincoln cent in very fine condition listed anywhere from $1,100,000, depending on its exact quality and where you're selling it. But if you happen to find one in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, the price could be higher, reaching upwards of $1,500,000 or more. Rarely, you might even find a 1981 D cent in pristine condition being sold for more than that. Keep in mind, though, that the value can fluctuate based on demand, and prices tend to be higher at auctions or through specialized coin dealers. Want to check the value of your 1981 D cent? Here are a few things to keep in mind. First, carefully inspect the coin for any visible damage like scratches, discoloration, or significant wear. Remember, collectors pay a premium for coins in great condition. Also, check the coin's edge for any signs of wear from circulation, as coins that have been worn down too much lose value. If you want a more accurate assessment, you can always take it to a local coin dealer or get it appraised by a professional. And there I finally landed. We've covered everything from the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent coin with a D mint mark to its market value and how to preserve it. If you have any 1981 D cents lying around, take a closer look. You might have a valuable coin in your collection. Next up, the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin. We'll dive into its condition, the market value in 2024, and why this coin could be worth more than you think. Now, the 1980 Lincoln cent is usually thought of as a rare coin, but when it's in the right condition, particularly in extra fine, it can actually have some surprising value. First, let's talk about the history of this coin. The Lincoln 1-cent coin has been in circulation since 1909, and it features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The 1980 issue was part of the regular production run from the U.S. Mint, and it's a copper-plated zinc penny, just like the rest of the Lincoln cents from the era. While the design hasn't changed much, there are subtle differences from year to year that make certain coins more valuable than others. Cut to a close-up of the coin's design, highlighting the Lincoln portrait and the reverse side. Cut to a close-up of the coin's design, highlighting the Lincoln portrait and the reverse side. Now, for the 1980 coin, it was struck in both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Here's where things get interesting. Many people forget that not all Lincoln pennies have mint marks. The 1980 coin was produced in the Philadelphia Mint, and without a mint mark, it's the standard version. However, in other years, there could be variations, especially if there's a mint mark involved. But for the 1980, it's the version produced in Philly that we're focusing on today. In coin grading, extra fine is a condition that shows a lot of detail, but with some wear and tear visible. An extra fine coin will still have sharp details on the design, especially on Lincoln's face and the lettering, though you might notice some minor wear. The edges of the coin should be well defined and the overall appearance is clean, with some slight signs of circulation. This is a significant step up from coins that are heavily worn, such as those classified as good or fine, but it's not quite at the level of a mint state or uncirculated coin. So you've got a 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin in extra fine condition now. What's it worth? Let's talk about its current market value in 2024. As of today, the 1980 Lincoln penny in extra fine condition typically ranges in value from around $607,000. Now, do get too excited, this is still a relatively affordable coin, but it's certainly worth more than its face value of just 1 cent. Keep in mind that the value can fluctuate based on demand and the specific coin's exact condition. Cut to a screen showing price listings for 1980 Lincoln pennies on auction sites like eBay, Numismedia, or other coin marketplaces. Many factors come into play when determining the value of a coin like this, including how well it's been preserved, how many are available on the market, and whether any special features or errors are present. For example, if you happen to find a 1980 Lincoln penny in nearly perfect or uncirculated condition, that value can increase significantly, especially if there's no mint mark or other unique characteristics. Grade your coin. It's essential to get your coin graded if you believe it's in extra fine or better condition. Having an expert or a trusted grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or professional coin grading service confirm the grade will help boost your coin's value when you're ready to sell. Sell on auction sites. Online auction platforms like eBay are a great place to sell coins, but make sure to take clear photos, show both sides of the coin, and provide an accurate description of its condition. Next up, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin from 1978, featuring the iconic D mint mark. If you've come across one of these coins in your pocket change or hidden away in a collection, you might be wondering, what's its value today? Is it worth more than just one coin? We're going to take an in-depth look at the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin from 1978, focusing on its fine condition and, of course, its current market value. Stick around, because this could be worth more than you think. The Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin, introduced in 1959, replaced the previous wheat penny and features a reverse design showcasing the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This design would continue until 2008, when it was replaced with the shield design we see today. On the obverse, we have the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The coin's reverse, which you see here, shows the Lincoln Memorial, and it was designed by Frank Gasparo. Now, in 1978, the U.S. Mint produced these coins in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The D mint mark means this particular coin was minted in Denver, which is significant to collectors. The 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny with a D mint mark is a widely circulated coin, but its value depends largely on its condition. Coins are graded based on their level of wear, and today we're focusing on a coin in fine condition. So what exactly does fine condition mean? The term fine refers to the overall wear of the coin. In fine condition, you'll still see a lot of the original details, but there will be some noticeable wear on the high points, such as Lincoln's cheek, and the memorial itself. In this case, a fine-grade 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny will show clear details of the design, but there will likely be some smoothing and minor abrasions. The coin should still be easily identifiable and readable. Now let's talk about the market value. A 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny with a D mint mark in fine condition is not typically worth a fortune, but it's definitely not just pocket change either. The value of these coins can fluctuate based on demand and condition. As of today, a 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny in fine condition typically sells for around $200,000 in the market. It's a rare coin, but in fine condition, it has some additional value beyond face value. If you come across a 1978 penny in uncirculated or near mint condition, that's where the potential for a higher value lies. Some uncirculated versions of the 1978 penny can fetch anywhere from $2,500,000 or even higher in rare cases. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. Even a slight scratch or dent can reduce the value of your coin, so take good care of your collection. While the 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny may not be one of the rarest coins out there, certain minting errors or unique features can make a difference. For example, if you happen to find a 1978 penny with a doubling in the design or an unusual error, that could significantly raise its value. Next up, the 1975 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin without a mint mark in very fine condition. So if you've got one of these sitting in your collection, or you think you might have one, stick around to learn everything about its market value today. Let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln Memorial cent was first introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse of this coin, featuring the iconic Lincoln Memorial, replaced the previous wheat ear design. The Lincoln Memorial cent continued to be produced up until 2008, when it was replaced by the shield design. But today, we're focusing on the 1975 version 1 of the more intriguing years for collectors. 1975 marks an interesting year in the production of the penny, because in contrast to some years, there were some inconsistencies, particularly with the minting process. The 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent, in particular, is a coin that has a distinctive feature, the lack of a mint mark. Now, before we dive into its value, let's quickly address what a no mint mark coin means. U.S. coins have a mint mark to show where they were produced. For pennies, you'll often see a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. However, a no mint mark coin means that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This was common for several years in the history of coin production, and the 1975 penny is a perfect example. Now let's talk about the condition of the coin, very fine. Coins in this grade show noticeable wear, but still have clear details. For example, on the 1975 penny in very fine condition, you'll notice Lincoln's portrait, the memorial, and even the lettering are still distinct. But you might see some light wear on the high points, such as Lincoln's cheek or the memorial's columns. If your 1975 penny looks anything like this, you may have a coin worth paying attention to. So let's talk about its value today. As of now, a 1975 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark in very fine condition can range in price. On the lower end, you might see them going for around $1,500,000 at a local coin shop, simply due to their relatively common nature. But don't be discouraged if you have a clean, very fine example, especially one that's been well maintained. It could fetch anywhere from $1,600,000 on the open market, depending on the dealer and demand. However, if you happen to find one in exceptional condition, perhaps grading in the fine to extremely fine categories, you could see it go for $20,000 to $30,000 or more in a competitive auction. Remember, coins in the higher end grades like mint, state, or gem uncirculated can skyrocket in price. But for now, we're focusing on the 1975 penny in very fine condition, which still holds great value for collectors. Next up, the 1974 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin with a D-mint mark in extra fine condition. Trust me, you're going to want to know about its market value today. Now, if you're familiar with U.S. coins, you'll know that the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin was produced from 1959 until 2008, marking a huge era in American numismatics. The 1974 issue in particular is one of the most iconic coins in the series. It features the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, which replaced the earlier wheat ear design in 1959. On the obverse, we have Abraham Lincoln himself, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has remained largely unchanged over the years, but today we're focusing on a specific variation, the 1974 coin with the D mint mark, which indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint. Before we talk about the value of this coin, let's take a moment to understand what extra fine condition means. Coin grading is a system used by collectors and professionals to assess a coin's condition, which directly impacts its value. Extra fine, or EF, means that the coin shows minimal signs of wear but still retains sharp details in its original features. You might notice some light wear on the high points, but overall, the coin is in excellent shape, definitely a standout in any collection. Coins in extra fine condition are highly sought after because they're not too worn but still affordable for many collectors. Now let's talk about the value of this coin in today's market. As with all coins, the value can vary based on several factors, including its rarity, condition, and current market trends. But here's the scoop on the 1974 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin with the D mint mark in extra fine condition. The 1974 D penny is rare in terms of mintage. Over 4.3 billion were produced. However, its condition plays a huge role. In extra fine condition, this coin can range anywhere from $605,000 in today's market, depending on the demand and the specific details of the coin. Some collectors are even willing to pay a premium for a coin in particularly clean and sharp EF condition, so don't be surprised if you find offers above this range. But wait, what about the potential for big bucks? Well, certain variations of the 1974 Lincoln Memorial coin can fetch higher prices. For example, coins with certain die errors, like doubled dies or notable minting mistakes, can be worth significantly more. If you're lucky enough to come across a rare error coin from 1974, it could easily be worth several $100s or even more in some cases. While the 1974 D penny itself may not be the most valuable coin out there, it's definitely an important piece of U.S. coin history. So, if you have one in extra fine condition, make sure you keep an eye out for any subtle variations or unique characteristics that could increase its worth. Now that you know the value, let's talk about how to protect your investment. Storing your 1974 D Lincoln Memorial penny in a safe, dry place is key to keeping it in good condition. Consider using a coin holder or capsule that's made from materials like mylar, which are designed to protect your coins from dirt, moisture, and physical damage. When it comes to selling, you've got several options. You could visit a local coin dealer or even use online platforms like eBay or specialized coin auction sites. But before you sell, make sure to do your research and check the latest prices for similar coins to ensure you're getting the best value. Next up, the 1965 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin. You might be surprised by what this little coin could be worth today, especially if you've got one in fine condition. So, let's explore the history, the value, and why this coin is still in high demand. Stick around until the end, because you won't want to miss out on some important details that could make your coin collection even more valuable. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin. This design was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It features the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, symbolizing the lasting legacy of one of America's greatest presidents. But we're focusing on the 1965 version, a coin that carries its own unique history. Now, the 1965 Lincoln Memorial penny was produced during a time of great change in the U.S. coinage system. The Coinage Act of 1965 eliminated the use of silver in most circulating coins, making copper the dominant material. This change was part of a larger shift in response to rising metal costs. But what does that mean for our 1965 penny? On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, both well-known features of this series. The 1965 Lincoln Memorial penny, like other pennies of the era, was struck in copper, which adds to its appeal for collectors. But here's the big question. How much is it worth today? First, let's talk about what we mean by fine condition. Fine condition refers to a coin that has moderate wear. The design is still clearly visible, but there's some wear on the high points, and the surfaces have a bit of texture. In fine condition, the details of Lincoln's portrait in the memorial are intact, but they show signs of being in circulation. Coins in fine condition typically have a market value higher than those in lower grades, like good or very fine. But how does this apply to the 1965 Lincoln Memorial penny? Let's get to the numbers. A 1965 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin in fine condition today can be worth anywhere from $2,300,000 to most cases. However, if you're lucky enough to find a coin with unique characteristics, or one that's been preserved in even better condition, such as a higher grade, the value can increase. It's important to understand that while these coins are widely available, their value is often determined by the rarity of the specific coin and its condition. While the typical market value for a 1965 penny in fine condition is modest, there are exceptions. Rare varieties or coins with unusual features, like specific die errors or uncirculated examples, can see prices jump significantly. In recent auctions, certain 1965 pennies with unique characteristics have sold for over $1,500,000. But this is very rare. Even though the 1965 penny is one of the highest value coins, it's still a popular collector's item. Many coin collectors enjoy having one in their collection because of its place in American history and its role in the evolution of coinage. Plus, it's a great coin for beginners who are just starting out in the world of numismatics. Next up, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic coins in American numismatics, the 1964 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin, but with a twist. Not only are we going to talk about its history, but we'll also explore its market value today, especially in bad condotips, something that may surprise you. The 1964 Lincoln Memorial cent was part of the series of coins that replaced the wheat ears design, which had been in circulation since 1909. The new design was meant to commemorate Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and it features a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design was created by Frank Gasparo, and it remained in circulation for many years. As you can see, the coin features the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side with the words E pluribus unum and the year 1964. The obverse showcases the profile of Abraham Lincoln, the same design by Victor D. Brenner that has graced the cent for over a century. Now, when it comes to mint marks, most people expect to see them on their coins. For example, a D mint mark for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But what about the 1964 Lincoln Memorial cent with no mint mark? Here we have a 1964 Lincoln Memorial cent with no mint mark. This means it was minted in Philadelphia, the only U.S. mint that didn't place a mint mark on coins from that year. It's important to note that in 1964, all 1-cent coins were made of 95% copper, giving them a weight of 3.11 grams and a diameter of 19 millimeters. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. What happens when the coin is in bad condition? You might think that a heavily worn, scratched, or corroded coin wouldn't have much value, but that's not always the case. A coin's condition is rated based on a scale called the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor to mint state. Coins in bad condition typically fall in the poor to fair range, where details are often worn down or difficult to distinguish. But here's the interesting thing. Even a 1964 Lincoln Memorial cent in bad condition can still fetch a respectable amount of money. On the market today, a 1964 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin without a mint mark in bad condition can still be worth between $100,000. That's not a huge amount, but it's far more than its face value of just 1 cent. The value is impacted by the coin's condition, rarity, and the current market demand. Now, if we're talking about coins in better condition, such as a coin graded very fine or extremely fine, the value can go up significantly. You're looking at around $1,100,000 or even higher depending on the market. Coins that are in mint state condition could be worth $200,000 or more. While a 1964 coin in poor condition isn't going to make you a fortune, it still holds some value as a collectible, and that's what makes coin collecting so fascinating. So why are coins like this valuable even in bad condition? Well, there are a few reasons. First, the historical significance of coins like the 1964 Lincoln Memorial cent cannot be understated. This was a time of great change in the United States, and this coin represents an important period in the nation's history. Second, even in bad condition, older coins tend to have a premium due to their age and the fact that there are fewer in circulation today. Over the years, many of these coins have been lost, melted down, or simply worn beyond recognition, which reduces the supply and increases demand. To sum up, while a 1964 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin without a mint mark in bad condition may make you rich, it's still a piece of American history worth holding on to. And who knows, if you come across a better conditioned one or one with a rare error, it could turn out to be much more valuable than you think. Next up, the 1963 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin with the D Mint Maroc. Today, we'll explore what makes this coin special, its history, its current value, and whether or not it could be worth more than you think. The 1963 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin is part of the famous Lincoln series, first introduced in 1909. These coins were designed by Victor David Brenner, and they feature the bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This particular design was introduced in 1959, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The memorial on the reverse side symbolizes Lincoln's enduring legacy and leadership. It's one of the most iconic American coins in circulation. Now, the D Mint mark on this coin is important because it tells us where it was produced. The D stands for the Denver Mint, which was responsible for striking this coin in 1963. Let's talk about condition. The value of a coin heavily depends on its grade. If your 1963 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin is in very good condition, this means the details are clear, but there may be some wear from circulation. The overall look should still be sharp, with Lincoln's profile and the memorial visible. Coins in better condition, such as fine or extremely fine, are worth more due to their sharp features and minimal wear. A coin graded good would have more wear, with Lincoln's image possibly becoming a bit blurry. Now, let's get to the fun part, the market value. A 1963 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin with a D Mint mark in very good condition typically has a value of about 15 to 30 cents. It's a great starting point for collectors, especially if you find it in change. However, if you have a 1963 coin in a higher grade like fine, very fine, or extremely fine, the value can jump significantly. In these grades, it could be worth anywhere from $100,000 to a couple of dollars, depending on demand and the market at the time. Interestingly, coins that are in uncirculated condition, or those that are particularly well-preserved, could fetch even higher prices, sometimes even reaching up to $100,000 or more for the right buyer. Another factor is how many coins survive in good condition. Many coins from the 1960s were in circulation for decades, and some may have been damaged or heavily worn. So, finding one in high-quality condition is a bit rarer than you might think. If you're looking to sell your 1963 Lincoln Memorial coin or even add one to your collection, there are plenty of options. You can sell them at local coin shops, through online auction sites like eBay, or even through specialized numismatic dealers. Just be sure to get your coin properly graded to ensure you're getting the best price. So, while the 1963 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin with the D Mint mark may not be worth a fortune in most cases, it's still a fascinating piece of history, and it could be worth more than you think if you have one in great condition. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always remember the value of a coin is more than just the price. It's about the story it tells and the history it carries. Nothing prevents its creation from being art. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss an update on all things coin collecting. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if you own a 1963 Lincoln Memorial coin yourself. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep on collecting.